As the WAC tournament lurks in the shadows, the Lopes look to pick up win number 2 on this 4-game homestand and their 7th in their last 8 games as we welcome you inside the GCU Arena for women's volleyball action between the Grand Canyon University Lopes and the California Baptist Lancers in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona. Jack O'Hara here with you alongside Kyle Borg as Tim Nolan's squad looks to get back in the win column after getting their 7-game winning streak snapped on Saturday against the New Mexico State Aggies, in a game where the Lopes were able to match the Aggies offensively, but were not able to hold them down defensively.
Absolutely. Melody Horton paced the Lopes on Saturday afternoon with 11 kills and 7 digs, well, totaled 1 block as well, but the defense on the receiving error side, they had 5 for the match, and the Lopes really want to cut down on that, try not to give away too many service aces here tonight. And then on the service side for the Lopes, they want to get that going again. They had 4 service aces, so it went pretty well on that side, while also having 7 service errors. So they're going to want to put the ball in play a little bit more than they had on Saturday and really bounce back and get the win against these Lancers here tonight.
And again, Kyle, just to reiterate, the Lopes really did play well offensively. They executed against that Aggies defense, but the Aggies defense just exposing some weaknesses on that forefront from the Lopes defense, finding holes and executing and working efficiently to get those 3-set victories. The Lopes fell in the first set 25-22, in the second set 25-20, and then again in the third set by a final score of 25-22. And California Baptist, of course, coming off a 3-0 sweep against CSU Bakersfield, taking the first set 25-12, the second set 25-20, and the third set 25-20 as well. And of course, you'll probably see her in the starting lineup tonight. Sydney Marks leading the charge in that game, 11 kills on 24 total attacks, and Natalie Zimmermer getting involved as well with 1 total attack, 1 kill coming from her end too, as we'll send it down to our public dress announcer, Paul Denuser, for starting lineups, prayer, and national anthem.
The Western Athletic Conference and Grand Canyon University promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We encourage you to cheer for your favorite team during tonight's competition, and we request your cooperation by supporting the participants, coaches, and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial and sexist comments, or other intimidating chants or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from GCU Arena. The Western Athletic Conference and Grand Canyon University thank you for your cooperation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the beautiful GCU Arena on this Veterans Day 2019 for tonight's Western Athletic Conference women's volleyball match featuring the Lancers of California Baptist University and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Lauren Wade, a junior here at GCU, majoring in early education and special education.
If you could bow your heads with me. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us this day and that we get to live it by your side. I pray that every player would just be able to practice sportsmanship and be safe tonight. Ultimately, I pray that they would just be able to play for you and give you all the glory. Thank you so much for blessing us every day. It's in your precious name, Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Lauren. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the playing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by our very own Thundering Herd Pep Band under the direction of the Professor, Dr. Paul Cook, and tonight his student associate, Nate Swift. Thank you. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First of all, for the Lancers of California Baptist University. At middle blocker, a junior from Lodi, California, number 4, Sydney Marks. At middle blocker, a senior from Anaheim, California, number 10, Yagoda Genjechuk. The libero is a senior from Lima, Peru, number 11, Nicole Abreu. At outside hitter, a senior from Dallas, Texas, number 12, Elizabeth Gilly. At middle blocker, a sophomore from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 14, Ellie Voss. The setter is a sophomore from Pleasanton, California, number 18, Hana Okuhara. And an outside hitter, a sophomore from Huntington Beach, California, number 20, Cassidy Dennison. The Lancers are 12-14 on the season, 6-7 in Western Athletic Conference play. They're led by head coach Brandon Higa, assistant coaches Blair Penner and Michelle Wright. Fans, it's time to get on your feet and make some noise. This is the starting lineup for your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. The setter is a 5'7" freshman from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, number 2, Claire Mitchell. The libero is a 5'8" junior from Long Beach, California, number 3, Tegan DeFalco. The defensive specialist is a 5'4" senior from Peoria, Arizona, number 5, Alyssa Chisholm. At middle blocker, a 6-foot sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 7, Annabelle Dubitsky. At outside hitter, a 6-foot sophomore from Mont Bellevue, Texas, number 10, KJ Adams. At outside hitter, a 5'11" senior from League City, Texas, number 11, Sweet Music, Melody Horton. And at middle blocker, a 6'2" sophomore from Oyden, Iowa, number 16, Big City, Kyra Moss. The Lopes are 21-5 on the season, 11-3, and in second place in the Western Athletic Conference. They're led by head coach Jim Nolan, assistant coaches Abby Saylor and Jake Hall. Director of Volleyball Operations from the pride of Mountain Point High School, Kendall Rohr. Athletic trainer Rachel Bodie and performance specialist Anna Linsinger. Officiating tonight's contest, on the ladder, Miley Jukes. On the floor, his mother calls him Cornelius. We call him Jim.
Top of the matchup this is going to be. The Lopes looking to go to 2-1 on this 4-game homestand. Let's see how they're going to be able to match up tonight against the Lancers with our Sanderson Ford. 3 keys to the game.
First key tonight, Jackie's going to be bounce back. The Lopes unable to come away with the victory against rival New Mexico State on Saturday afternoon. Had their 7-game win streak snapped, brought them back into a tie with Kansas City and for second place in the WAC standings. They're going to want to get this win and get out of here quickly here tonight. Second key is one more win. The Lopes need one more win to break that all-time Division I single season wins in one season. They tied it on Thursday with the 3-2 victory over UTRGV. So at 21, they're going to want to get to 22 here tonight, really get that out of the way going into the final game on Saturday and then into the WAC tournament next week. Third and finally, buckle down. Just like bounce back, the Lopes got to buckle down defensively, get their defensive prowess back, get up front, get blocks, dig out balls from the back row at DeFalco and Adams and Chisholm. That's what Coach Nolan was talking to us about before the game, really get in there, buckle down, get the defense back on track. He said they talked about it all this week or all over the weekend. So Lopes really looking to get back on their winning track right here as they're going to open up with the first serve.
Definitely looking to tighten up the defense as well, Kyle, as Alyssa Chisholm and the Lopes team ready. The Lancers are ready. Let's do it here in Phoenix as we are underway. Lancers looking to get on the board first. As again, this Lopes defense, like you mentioned, Kyle, looking to tighten up after Saturday's game against the Aggies. Nice stop by KJ Adams with the first dig. Melody Horton going for the soft touch, won't find it there as Elizabeth Gilly able to knock that one down. And finding a hole is Sydney Marks. We mentioned Sydney Marks coming off that 14-kill performance against Bakersfield on Saturday. Picks up her first kill, and this one is 1-0 CBU right off the bat.
That's what the Lopes were talking about, trying to get to those balls that are in that tough in-between spot.
As Melody Horton again going for the soft touch. Looked like she was going to try and take that one home. As that one's going to be blocked, but blocked out of play by Kyra Moss. Remember, Kyra Moss coming into this one with 98 rejections on the season. Just 2 away from 100. She won't find her 99th right there as it goes out of bounds. A 2-0 CBU lead.
And Moss is 11 away from tying the single season record for blocks in one season at 109. So she's on pace to probably break that record this season.
And again, just 2 more regular season games left, both on this homestand before the ladies travel to Utah for the WAC tournament, 2019 WAC tournament. They're currently tied in second place with Kansas City. Of course, New Mexico State 14-0 on that 14-game winning streak in WAC play. They stand atop of the standings as the Lopes are going to get on the board. Kyra Moss picks up kill number 1. Kyra with only 4 kills on Saturday as the Lopes look to get her going offensively. It's 3-1.
Kyra Moss nicely done, finding a hole in the defense with the soft touch over the net. Gonna really want her to get going early on to really open up Murillo and Horton and Haggie.
And that one's gonna find a hole as Melody Horton and Alyssa Chisholm unable to get to that one. So a 4-1 lead for California Baptist after a quick 3-0 run to get us underway inside the GCU arena, as we'll see our first check-in from California Baptist. And it's gonna be Nicola Breu checking out just for a moment. Baptist looking to go on another run here early. Jenny Murillo's got other ideas as that one's going to be deflected and handled beautifully by California Baptist, able to keep that one in the air. Kyra Moss going for kill number 2. She won't find it. The Lancers doing a nice job defensively thus far as they once again find a weakness in this Lopes defense. That one falls right in front of Melody Horton. And another kill. It's 5-1 Lancers. Natalie Zimmer with the serve. Claire Mitchell looking to get a hand on that one as that one's going to deflect off the net. Another 3-0 run for California Baptist. So with 2 3-0 runs right out of the get-go in this one as Zimmer once again back to serve. 6-1 lead now for CBU. Mitchell going to set up Moss, and Kyra Moss taking that one to the house, not letting anything back on that one to get the Lopes right back in this game as they look to chip away at 6-2.
Nice play from the Lopes right there on that ball. Got Kyra Moss with her second kill now on 3 total attacks. And they're going to really need her to step up in a big way as Kubinski's now in the front line. See if they can get her going early.
Looking for the rejection there was Annabelle Kubinski. Won't find it. Second ditch effort for Cassidy Dennison as that one's going to be blocked out of play once again. So Dennison's going to pick up her first score of the night. And it's 7-2 CBU. And we touched up on it right before the game, Kyle. The Lopes playing pretty well offensively against the Aggies on Saturday. It was just the defense that struggled to tighten up late. As they look to tighten up right here, right now, down by 5. Jenny Murillo still looking to get on the board as that one's going to go out of play. An impeccable pair of eyes from Melody Horton to let that one go out of play. So a 7-3 lead now as the Lopes once again look to go on a bit of a run here, trying to erase this 4-point deficit from the Lancers.
As the Lopes get that one right back as that block from Claire Mitchell and Annabelle Kubinski looked from this angle to hit right on the line. And I think that's what Coach Nolan was saying just moments ago. But the Lopes have it right back.
Sarah Haggie looking to get on the board. Again, this California Baptist defense has been tough to crack thus far. Melody Horton looking for the hole, and it'll hit the line. So Melody Horton on the board. It's 7-4 Lancers as the Lopes now on a 2-0 run. Claire Mitchell looking to set them up for at least a 3-0 run here. She's back to serve once more.
And that was a beautiful attack from the back row by Melody Horton to find the hole and put that ball right on the line.
Going for the kill there was Elizabeth Gilly, could not get enough to muster it over the net. And just like that, CBU thought they were running away with things here in set one with a 7-2 lead. It is now 7-5, so another 3-0 run in this game. Third one of the day. First one for the Lopes, as that one's not going to get over the net. First service error of the night for the freshman Claire Mitchell. 8-5 lead for CBU. And it looks like it's going to be Yagoda Junchuk. Back to serve for California Baptist, the freshman with already one kill in this game. Mitchell setting up Kabinski. That one's not going to fall for the Lopes, as CBU will answer. As that one's going to go out of play. Claire Mitchell lets that one go out of play, and it's an 8-6 lead now as the Lopes continue to hang in there in this first set, looking to go on another run here. They already have one 3-0 run compared to California Baptist 2 thus far. Cassidy Jensen with 3 kills on 6 total attacks, and Kyra Moss leading the charge for the Lopes early on in this one with 2 kills on 3 total attacks. Nice dig there from Claire Mitchell to keep that one alive. Melody Horton going for another kill, won't find it. Going for the soft touch was Annabelle Kabinski. That one's not going to fall as California Baptist defense continues to step up. But right there is Kabinski finding a hole right in front of Christine Graff for her first kill of the night, and it's 8-7. So the Lopes, once down by 5, have cut the lead to within 1.
Well, when these two teams matched up on October the 19th up in Riverside, California, it was a 3-2 victory for GCU in 5 sets. And every set, except for the 4th set, was within 4 or less points. So it was California Baptist 25-22, then the Lopes coming back 25-23. California Baptist again 25-22, then the Lopes rattled off 2 straight set victories at 25-18 and then 15-11. And it looks like we're going that way with close sets all night long.
And the Lopes once again cutting into that CBU lead. Annabelle Kabinski taking it to the house one more time for her second kill. 9-8 lead now for the Lancers. And you mentioned how close those matchups were, Kyle. The Lopes looking to head home just a little bit earlier in this one, but the way it's headed right now, you're absolutely right, 100%. And maybe heading that way here tonight in Phoenix. As once again, Sydney Marks back in the game looking for another kill as Melody Horton backed up by KJ Adams on that last dig. The Lopes defense doing a nice job keeping that one alive as Kyra Moss picks up rejection number 99, one away from 100 in this regular season as the Lopes complete the comeback. It's a 9-9 game here in set number 1.
Right there along with Sarah Haggy to team up for that block. Number 99 for Moss on this season. She's getting closer and closer to that record.
Lancers looking to find a hole, and they do as KJ Adams unable to keep that one alive. Ellie Voss picking up her second consecutive kill. So Voss, just like that, with 2 kills on 4 total attacks, matching Sydney Marks in this one thus far. So Voss will be back to serve. Again, neck-and-neck matchup, a little seesaw affair between the Lopes and the Lancers as Melody Horton unable to keep that one in play. First service ace of the night for Ellie Voss and the Lancers. So now they lead it by 2. Again, we've already seen 2 3-0 scoring runs for CBU in this set. Looking for their third right here, right now, as Adams to Mitchell. Melody Horton won't find a hole there as Dennison able to keep it alive. Horton back to Mitchell. Mitchell going again for that quick dump that we've seen throughout this entire season. UTRGV doing a nice job handling it 2 nights ago. But the Lopes will come away. The Lancers will come away with the point there. Lopes unable to keep that one in play as it went off the hands of Kyra Moss. So just like that, their third 3-0 scoring run of the night. Ellie Voss back to serve once again. Moss once again looking for a kill, and she'll find it as Sydney Marks unable to defend that one, looking for the rejection. The Lopes once again chipping away. It's 12-10.
And every time the Lopes have needed an answer so far through set number 1, it has been Kyra Moss coming away with it. She's already had a couple of huge games this season, setting 2 back-to-back career highs with 18 and then 20 kills earlier this season. Both happen to be on the road, so we might be in store for another very high double-digit kill night from Kyra Moss.
And again, with already 3 in this game, 4 total attacks, it gives her a 750 hitting percentage. Again, still a ton of volleyball to be played, Kyle, but nonetheless, the Lopes hanging in there down by 3. Cassidy Denson with that last kill. She now has 5 on 9 total attacks as they'll find another hole again. That's Sydney Marks. Lopes don't want to get Sydney Marks going. We mentioned how well she played against Bakersfield last go around on Saturday. So now she has 3 kills on 5 total attacks. And just like that, CBU looking to separate themselves early on in this set. Mitchell gonna set up Melody Horton. Give it to her. Or don't give it to her. It goes out of bounds. It's to the left of the line, so CBU just like that with a 5-point lead, and Coach Tim Nolan going to take a timeout. That play looked awfully close. Melody Horton not getting the benefit of the call from the official, so a 5-point lead for California Baptist, their 4th 3-0 scoring run of the set. We'll see if the Lopes can mount a comeback as you're watching GCU women's volleyball action right here on GCU TV.
Get 'em up. Move them out. It's a Ranger Roundup sale at Sanderson Ford with a herd of 44 Rangers now in the stalls, starting at $28.9. Want a little more beef? How about a stampede of Ford Raptors, $35 now available, or giddy up in a Ford Mustang for only $22.9. They have a corral full of ponies. Head on into Arizona's largest Ford dealership and head out in a new Ford. This is Sanderson Ford Country.
Back here inside the GCU Arena on the campus of Grand Canyon University on GCU TV as CBU have themselves a 15-10 lead over the Lopes, Kyle, and we're seeing a lot of the same mistakes that we saw defensively on Saturday as California Baptist offense already with 4 3-0 scoring runs early on in this set.
Yeah, the Lopes defense getting out-digged right now by California Baptist defense 11-8, but GCU just really needs to move their feet and read California Baptist just a little bit better, and they'll be right there in line to get a lot more digs, set up more transitional offensive attacks, and they'll be right back in this game. They're only down by 5. They've already come back from this once already in this set.
And Kyra Moss looking for the score, won't find it as it hits the back corner. Kyra Moss looking for a tip there, won't find it. So California Baptist, just like that, their first 4-0 scoring run of the night. Up by 6, 16-10. The libero, Nicola Breyu, back to serve for the Lancers. Melody Horton once again looking to get on the board. And going for the soft touch, I believe. That was Yagoda Junchuk, number 10, with the kill, her 2nd kill of the night. So 17-10 lead for CBU, and another timeout is going to be called by Coach Tim Nolan as this defense looks to tighten up once more. We'll be right back here on GCU TV as you're watching GCU women's volleyball action.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Back here inside the GCU Arena, 2 quick timeout calls from Coach Tim Nolan as California Baptist offense continues to riddle this GCU defense early on as the Lopes trail set number 1 by 7, a 5-0 scoring run from the Lancers, as it has been headlined thus far by Cassidy Dennison and Sydney Marks with 8 combined kills on 13 total attacks. And we'll see what the Lopes are able to do in the final stages of this set. Kyra Moss, like we've mentioned, Kyle, 3 kills on 5 total attacks thus far with that 400 hitting percentage. As Abreu sends it over, Horton gets a hand on it. Mitchell going to set up for Adams, who's just going to send it over. Sydney Marks once again looking to get on the board, goes with the soft touch. Chisholm to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get on the board. A nice stab there for Melody Horton, just trying to keep it alive as it goes out of play. A 6-0 scoring run now for the Lancers. It's an 18-10 lead with Abreu back to serve once more.
Well, Claire Mitchell trying to be sneaky. But at this point in the season, everybody's got film on Claire Mitchell, which is unfortunate, really, for the Lopes. But she can still get that going. And if she can really get that going as we progress here, it'll be dangerous.
And that play obviously working throughout the entire duration of the season, Kyle. Past few games, she's been struggling with it as once again, this California Baptist offense besting the Lopes defense. Now a 7-0 scoring run as they lead this one 19-10. The Lopes just looking to stop the bleeding at this point. Abreu back to serve again on this 7-0 scoring run, and again, miscommunication there from Tegan DeFalco and Alyssa Chisholm. An 8-0 scoring run for CBU, 20-10 lead. As Sarah Haggie's going to check into this one for the Lopes. Chisholm will take a seat for the moment. So Abreu now with an 8-0 scoring run for California Baptist. Mitchell sets up Melody Horton looking to get on the board, and it looks like a little miscommunication there from Sydney Marks and Cassidy Denson. So just like that, the Lopes able to stop the bleeding here. An 8-0 scoring run for CBU. Melody Horton picking up kill number 2 in this 1-on-9 total attack, so she'll be back to serve once more. So we'll see if the Lopes can go on a sizable run here to at least give themselves a chance here in set number 1. And once again, California Baptist offense right back on the attack. The soft touch from Sydney Marks, kill number 5, and it's a 10-point lead once again for CBU. It's going to be Natalie Zimmer. Remember, Zimmer picking up a kill on Saturday against Bakersfield. As the Lopes are going to pick up the point, Claire Mitchell picks up her first rejection of the night, and just like that, the Lopes cut the lead to 9. It's 21-12.
And a great heads-up play by Claire Mitchell right there to get the solo block. Not a lot of solo blocks in volleyball. None on the men's or women's side, really. You don't get a whole lot of them. But right there, Claire Mitchell showing off why she is one of the best players in the country with that right there.
And Cassidy Dennison picking up kill number 7 as Tegan DeFalco unable to eat that one up, 22-12. As Claire Mitchell, once again, going to set up Jenny Murillo, looking for a kill on the backside, and she's going to find it. As it looked like Nicole Abreu trying to get enough to muster that one over all by herself as it hits the back net. 22-13, Jenny Murillo on the board with her first kill. The freshman Mitchell back to serve, looking to find the back corner, still looking for her first service ace of the night. As that one will fall once again. California Baptist not allowing this Lopes offense to go on a run as they now lead it by 10 once again for the third time in this set, 23-13, 2 points away from solidifying a set number 1 victory here on the road. Junchuk back to serve. Mitchell setting up Kabinski, won't find it there. Sydney Marks going to send it over. Mitchell to DeFalco. DeFalco going to set up Sarah Haggie looking for some room, won't find it. Sydney Marks, second time's the charm as that one's going to find the court right in front of DeFalco and Horton, in a 24-13 lead for CBU. Third timeout of the set called by Tim Nolan as California Baptist 1 score away from taking set number 1 here in Phoenix. We'll see if they can do it when we return from this break. You're watching GCU women's volleyball action right here on GCU TV.
November is known for Thanksgiving and Black Friday sales. Sanderson Ford is changing Black Friday to Blue Friday to show our support for law enforcement. Purchase a new Expedition with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $7,000 cash back. Save 20% off on EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Fusion, and Fiesta. Similar savings on over 500 trucks in stock. Plus, get a Ring doorbell to help protect your family and our community. Don't miss the Blue Friday sales event on now at Sanderson Ford.
Back inside the GCU Arena, here on GCU TV, California Baptist with the match point here, looking to come away with a set number 1 victory, up 24-13 on the Lopes, as they have done a tremendous job exposing the weaknesses on this Lopes defensive front. As that last kill coming from Cassidy Dennison, right in front of Tegan DeFalco and Melody Horton. As it looks like it's going to be Yagoda Junchuk back to serve. Junchuk with 3 kills on 3 attacks so far. That's a 1,000 hitting percentage if you're keeping count at home. DeFalco looking to keep that one alive for the Lopes. And the last-ditch effort from the freshman Claire Mitchell. Again, a little bit miscommunication. The ladies not on the same page as DeFalco sets that one up for Mitchell. Haggie able to keep that one alive. Great defensive play from Sarah Haggie. as Haggie looking to set up Mitchell. Mitchell to Kubinski, and it looked like Junchuk tried to get a hand on that one at the last second, but Annabelle Kubinski going to pick up kill number 3. And the Lopes are still alive here in set number 1. It's 24-14.
That's all thanks to Sarah Haggie keeping it alive as that ball was headed out of bounds. And Sarah Haggie able to get enough of it to get a pass away to Kubinski to really set that last one up.
Mitchell to DeFalco. DeFalco going to set up the senior Melody Horton. And you can give that one to her. Didn't get it earlier, but able to muster enough off of that one to come away with her 3rd kill. And it's 24-15, so the Lopes on a 2-0 run here. They need at least 9 more points to nod this one up here in set number 1. Marks looking to send CBU back with a win as Melody Horton once again able to find the back hole on the left side. It's 24-16. Just like that, the Lopes have themselves their second 3-0 scoring run in this set. Still a long ways to go if they want to come back in this one. KJ Adams back to serve. Again, the Lopes still looking for their first service ace tonight as Marks looking to send CBU for their first win, and they're going to come away with it as Melody Horton unable to reject that one. And just like that, CBU all over this Lopes defense in set number 1 with a 24-16 victory.
And not the best defensive set if you're GCU. You'd like to see a few more digs. You got a couple more. You cut the difference down to just 2. So Lopes looking to step up on defense here in set number 2 and not this match up at 2 sets apiece, or 1 set apiece.
And we'll see if they're able to do just that, Kyle, as California Baptist takes set number 1, 25-16. You're watching GCU Women's Volleyball right here on GCU TV.
I'm Andrea, and I'm earning my PhD online at GCU. Pursuing my PhD online at Grand Canyon University is a huge investment into my future. I'm also learning critical thinking and problem-solving skills that I can apply to every facet of my life. When you are working, going to school, balance is key. I really try to practice what I preach to my students. As an online faculty member, I stress the importance of time management, and I demonstrate that by example. A Christian worldview is important to me in all facets of my life because it is a huge part of who I am. And I want to make sure I'm demonstrating that not only to my students, but to my children. I plant these seeds that when they're older, they're also demonstrating God's love through service. GCU's community is welcoming, whether you attend on campus, online, or in the evening. We are all one big family.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Back here inside the GCU Arena as you take a look at some of the Lopes fans in attendance for this one between California Baptist and Grand Canyon University. A 25-16 set number 1 victory for California Baptist as the Lopes look to shift matters here in set number 2, as I personally will shift over the play-by-play duties to Mr. Kyle Borg.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jack O'Hara.
You're very welcome.
As we get set for set number 2, California Baptist was able to win that first set, and the Lopes defense has been a huge key through the first set in this one and the last 2 matches, rather, and to start this homestand.
And of course, I always got to go back to last game against New Mexico State, as well as on Thursday. During this entire homestand, the Lopes defense really being exposed by their opponents. Mentioned a 25-17 loss in set number 4 on Thursday against UTRGV. Just didn't look right. They bounced back with a 25-8 victory offensively in set number 4 to force a set number 5, end up winning that 5th set to win 3-2. That extended their winning streak to 7 games. But against New Mexico State, they were in it offensively throughout the entire duration of that game, getting swept as the defense just did not look the same that they have all season long. Again, arguably the best season in the program's history at 21-5. Looking for their 22nd win right here. Again, they're tied with Kansas City in second place in the WAC conference standings, as again, New Mexico State 14-0. As it looks like they have wrapped up that number 1 seed. The Lopes just fighting for that number 2 seed, and they're going to have to win a game like tonight. Again, they beat them 3-2 in 5 sets nearly a month ago as they look to, again, at least knot things up at 1 apiece going into set number 3.
And you just said tied for second in the WAC standings right now with Kansas City. They're going to need to win out, to be the 2 seed, and that 2 seed comes with a first round bye to the semifinal, as the Lopes are guaranteed their first WAC tournament. They will be the 2 or the 3, so expect a semifinal matchup with the Lopes and Kansas City next weekend in Orem, Utah, as the first service, set number 2, goes right into the net, and the Lopes have their first lead of this match.
Well, it's obviously the start that Coach Tim Nolan and these Lopes fans want. And you mentioned both on Thursday and Saturday, when the Lopes opponents went on a few of these runs, they were able to stop momentum, maybe not even because of their own play, because their opponents made a few mistakes, a big service error there, trying to get the Lopes on the board.
And a big block by Haggie and Kubinski right there. Lopes up 2-0. Sarah Haggie comes away with her 3rd block, and Kubinski comes away with her 2nd block on the match.
Well, the one thing you like to see about this Lopes offense is that they've done a tremendous job distributing the ball on offense throughout the entire season. A lot of hot hands when you look at Melody Horton, Jenny Murillo, Sarah Haggie, and Annabelle Kubinski.
Annabelle Kubinski gets back-to-back big plays for GCU, and it's 3-0 Lopes.
Yeah, you can't forget about Annabelle Kubinski on that list. Perfect timing there. Kubinski picking up her 4th kill. And of course, you got Jenny Murillo lurking in the shadows, as well as Sarah Haggie. And again, that'll end the Lopes run there. Again, a 3-0 scoring run, their 4th of the night so far.
So California Baptist gets on the board. Lopes up by a pair, as the Lancers will go back to serve. That one's going to go right at DeFalco. Mitchell sets it up for Horton. Melody Horton's going to get that one to fall. Melody Horton gets killed, number 5, and it is 4-1 GCU.
Well, Melody Horton's got the hot hand right now. That's her 5th kill on 12 total attacks already, and you're starting to see a little cracks in the CBU defense right off the bat here in set number 2, maybe a totally different set compared to the first one.
That one just going to go long and out of bounds. So the 2nd service error on the Lopes, and it is 4-2.
Well, that's the one thing you don't want to see if you're Coach Tim Nolan. You got the momentum right now. You don't want to be handing it back to this CBU offense, trying to give them the momentum with your own mistakes. Again, that's a big service error. Even though it's very early on in this set, the Lopes, again, do not want to shift momentum down by 1.
Mitchell sets it right back for Horton on the give and go. Back corner, Melody Horton, 5-2 GCU.
And a big hole on that left side. Ellie Voss looked to be out of play there, as again, she really didn't have too much time. A laser for Melody Horton. That's her 6th kill now, as she looks to run away with things offensively.
Emma Ahern checks into the game for the first time. She will serve, one of the 5 seniors on this Lopes roster that will be honored on Saturday afternoon for Senior Day in the regular season finale, as that one's set up for Horton. She'll go with the touch. It'll be kept alive by CBU for a moment, and then it'll hit the floor. So Melody Horton kill number 6, and the Lopes are up by 4.
Once again, Melody Horton with an impeccable pair of eyes, Kyle, able to find that opening on the short side. Thought about going for that laser kill once again, ends up going with the soft touch, but then again, you see right there with Emma Ahern, you got to limit those service errors, limit those mistakes. Again, you don't want to give CBU any momentum going forward.
Absolutely, as it is now lead cut in half to 6-3, as the Lancers will go right for Emma Ahern. Mitchell sets up for Kyra Moss. That's going to find the floor immediately. Kyra Moss getting killed, number 4. And now the Lopes have a lot of offense going, and the momentum's in their favor.
Well, as Kyra Moss waits patiently for that 100th rejection in this game, she'll take another kill right there, finding the opening on the left side across the court to give the Lopes a 4-point lead at the moment. But don't forget about how good this CBU offense is.
And there it is, block number 100 for Kyra Moss, triple digits. And Kyra Moss now 9 blocks away from tying the all-time single season block record. As Lancers will attack, and that's just gonna get right out past the outstretched arm of Tegan DeFalco, and the score is 8-4.
Well, nonetheless, congratulations to Kyra Moss, and like you mentioned, 9 blocks away from setting the all-time record. And again, 9 blocks in 2 games is very doable the way Kyra Moss has played defensively this season.
Mitchell, back row again. Horton's gonna go left hand, and it's gonna be stuffed right back by Ellie Voss, and CBU gets back within 3 now.
Well, like I mentioned before, CBU is where they haven't forgotten how well they played in set number 1. They're starting to see a little bit more cracks in that Lopes defense. This Lopes defense looking to tighten up once again. That will not help make matters any better.
Mitchell going to be called for the double touch. Also looked like she may have hit the net. They're trying to avoid it. So the lead back down to 2 now as the Lancers will serve. Mitchell gonna set up for Murillo. Murillo has to adjust and just send it over. Dug out by Horton. Mitchell for Moss on the back door. Kyra Moss gets it to fall. Kyra Moss kill number 5.
Well, you go to Junchuk looking for the hot hand there from Kyra Moss. Gets duked with the soft touch right in front of her, a wide open spot right over the net. Nice look from Kyra Moss as once again this Lopes offense looking to give themselves some space against this California Baptist offense that's sure to be ready to rumble in the final stages of this set.
Horton gonna push that one over the net, and Jenny Murillo will get that kill as it's 10-6 now GCU.
Well, you mentioned all the great positive attributes on this offense. Still looking to get Jenny Murillo going. Claire Mitchell again with only 1 kill in this game. You'd like to see that quick dump of hers work and be more efficient in this second set. As once again, California Baptist, you can't forget how good their offense has been so far tonight, finding another hole on the left side there.
Substitutions for California Baptist as they will get set to serve. Okara will go back to serve it for the Lancers. Down by just 3 again. It's 10-7. Lopes still with their first lead of the match, as that one will go outside to Jenny Murillo, and then that one's gonna find the scores table on an errant dig attempt. And Murillo getting another kill. It's 11-7 now. Haggie checks into the front with Kubinski and Murillo as Mitchell will be the server for the Lopes.
I don't think Cassie Denson really realized how much exit velo that ball had on Jenny Murillo. A rocket right into the hands of Cassidy Denson. As once again, the Lopes benefiting from some of these California Baptist defensive mistakes and now have a 5-point lead here in the set. And again, you got to think that they're just going to try and run away with this. That would be the game plan moving forward. You don't want to let CBU hang around anymore.
Absolutely. As CBU was out of rotation there, it looked like the referee signaled as that one's going to find the floor immediately. That was Sydney Marks again. So Sydney Marks, kill number 5 for her on the night.
And just like Jenny Murillo's kill from before, that's a rocket from Sydney Marks. Really no reaction time for Claire Mitchell.
Clips the top of the net on the way over. Mitchell back for Murillo. And that's going to be kept alive. Going to go with a soft one over the net. Sneaky play from the Lancer setter.
And that's a very frustrating play when you look at it from up here, Kyle. You see both Tegan DeFalco, Claire Mitchell, Sarah Haggie, and Annabelle Kubinski right in the middle. The 4 of them just watch the ball hit the floor. Again, another great look from this Lancers offense, really exposing some of the weaknesses in this Lopes defense.
Tipped over Mitchell, good cover. DeFalco will bump outside. Maria will push way long. Out of bounds, lead back down to 2. It's 12-10. Lopes still over the Lancers. As this will be Gilly to serve it for California Baptist. Horton digs it out in the middle for Kubinski. Finds the floor. Annabelle Kubinski puts the Lopes back up by 3. KJ Adams now is going to check into the game for GCU. She's going to go back to serve. So the Lopes look to add on to this 3-point lead, even this matchup at 1 set apiece.
And of course, Annabelle Kubinski winning WAC Defensive Player of the Week last week. You can't forget about her offense.
Kubinski couldn't quite get that block attempt to fall as it gets off the top of her fingertips, and DeFalco couldn't dig it out. So lead back down to 2. Lancers to serve yet again. Mitchell outside for Sarah Haggie, just missed the back line. Sarah Haggie lead down to 1.
And that's a frustrating play for Sarah Haggie, a wide open backside. That's California Baptist, not a Lancer to be seen on that backside. Sarah Haggie just putting a little too much oomph on that last attack.
Mitchell looked like she was too far over the net. That's what Coach Nolan was asking the down official. So no argument there. We're knotted up at 13 apiece now between the Lancers and the Lopes. So Lancers do a good job to crawl their way back into this one and knot it up as the Lopes did in set number 1 before the Lancers ran away with it. In the middle, Kubinski almost got it to fall. California Baptist will go with the attack. Mitchell for DeFalco. Outside for Melody Horton. Gonna be blocked. DeFalco digs it out. Mitchell for Haggie. Got tipped at the net. Sarah Haggie's gonna get a kill. And it's 14-13 GCU. Haggie kill number 1.
Yeah, it looked like at the last second, Cassidy Denson getting a finger on that one. Looked like a similar play from before when Sarah Haggie just, again, put a little too much strength on a attack that resulted in a CBU point. But of course, Cassidy Denson getting a hand on that one, giving Sarah Haggie her first point of the night. And we mentioned all these names. Sarah Haggie, if you can get her going offensively like that.
And there it is again. Sarah Haggie gets back-to-back kills. And the Lopes are back up by 2. And it's 15-13 as we will take a media timeout. Lopes have a 2-point advantage over the Lancers here at T-shirt time here in set number 2. We'll be right back with the remainder of this set right here on GCU TV. As we are back here inside the GCU Arena on the campus of Grand Canyon University in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, where the Lopes have a 2-point advantage over the Lancers here in set number 2. The Lopes are down 1-0, however, but Jack, the Lopes came out firing here in set number 2.
Well, a lot of positives, of course, you could take away from this set. Melody Horton, Annabelle Kubinski, Kyra Moss, and of course Sarah Haggie heating up here in these final moments. But again, you once had a 5-point lead in this set. California Baptist offense has been able to hang around, get right back in this game, knotting it up at 13 apiece moments ago before this recent 2-0 scoring run from the Lopes. What the Lopes got to do now is, once again, the name of the game here, ladies and gents, is to separate yourselves from your opponents, looking for some space here. We'll see if Annabelle Kubinski and company can do just that.
That one out of bounds, no touch. Lopes will go on a 3-0 scoring run. They are up 16-13. Kubinski gets set to serve again for GCU. As Kubinski set to serve here. Going to be a long return as Mitchell will set up the Lopes attack, and Moss muscles it through the block attempt, and the Lopes are up by 4.
Well, both Cassidy Denson and Sydney Marks looking for the double team right there on Moss, but Moss just a little too much strength on that last attempt as it finds the floor, as once again California Baptist looking to figure out what they can do defensively as this Lopes offense is coming out of the gate strong, like you mentioned.
Well, as the Lopes go on a nice 3-0 scoring run out of the media timeout break, California Baptist will take a timeout here as well, but it's 17-13. The Lopes coming out of that last timeout pretty strong.
Well, again, it's what you like to see. You want to see as many timeouts called here for CBU as possible in this set, trying to bounce back after what was a very disappointing set number 1. Again, falling in that one by a pretty hefty score, but the Lopes up by 4 right now, 4-0 scoring run. You don't want to see California Baptist hang around like I mentioned, though.
Absolutely. As the Lopes are being paced right now by Melody Horton with 7 kills, followed by Moss with 6 and Kubinski with 5. Haggie has 3 blocks, and Kubinski and Moss both with a pair. And then the Lancers are led by Dennison with 6 and Marks with 5. And the Lancers also only with two blocks on the match so far. So the Lopes doing a good job like they do in pretty much every match that they play, up front on the net being a real net presence.
Well, you see it on both sides offensively, and you've seen it throughout the entire season for the GCU Lopes. Really doing a nice job spreading the ball offensively. You You look at Melody Horton with her 7 kills, but of course Kyra Moss and Annabelle Kabinski with 6 and 5 kills respectively. As once again the Lopes looking to separate themselves. Sarah Haggie again with 2 kills before that one. That's kill number 3. This is what you like to see from your offense of your Tim Nolan. Again, trying to give yourself some space. You're up by 5 right now, but it can get even better moving forward.
Absolutely. Haggie has been on a bit of a tear here in the middle stages of set number 2. That one in the middle block, Kyra Moss. Block number 101 on the season. Give her another solo block. That's 20 solos on the season for Kyra Moss. And the Lopes are up by 6.
And only 8 more from the all-time record. And the way she's performing right now defensively with these rejections, I think it's safe to say Kyra Moss has a pretty good chance at breaking that record.
Absolutely. Maybe here tonight if this one goes on long enough. Horton sends that one over the net. And this one will be set up by the Lancers. Mitchell to Kubinski. Errant pass is going to go right over the net and be sent straight back down by Sydney Marks. So the Lopes 6-0 scoring run comes to an end, but they are still up by 5 as the Lancers will make a substitution. And Zimmer is going to go back to serve it away for the Lancers.
Well, despite it coming to an end, a 6-0 scoring run is just what the Lopes needed in this set. You'd have liked to see it in set number 1, down by as much as 8. But you'll take it here in set number 2. You just got to put the nail in the coffin.
Kept alive by GCU in the middle. Moss pushes that one well out of play. And California Baptist picks up the point. 19-15 is the score. The last time these two squads met about a month ago, Kyra Moss had 9 blocks on the game. So the Lopes had a really good night at the net, really stuffing California Baptist. So they were prepared for that coming in, and it's pretty much showed so far as that one's outside. Horton gets that one to fall off the block, and the Lopes are 5 points away and up by 5 from taking a 2-set or evening this match up at 1 set apiece.
And this is just the situation you want to be in late in this setup by 5, as Coach Tim Nolan's going to call on Emma Ahern here to serve, as once again they're looking to go on a bit of a run here. You saw the 6-0 scoring run earlier, trying to go on at least a 3 or 4-0 scoring run here. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but once again, down by 4 now is CBU. If you're the Lopes offense, you're just, again, trying to go on a bit of a run here, not giving CBU a chance to hang around late.
Absolutely. Adams couldn't keep that one alive. Valiant effort, as that one will be sent over. Mitchell for Moss. That's going to find the floor. Kyra Moss starting to feel it now. It's 21-16. She has 7 kills. She had 14 back in October when these two teams met.
Well, I think it's safe to say Nicola Breu defending that last attempt from Kyra Moss. Definitely got Moss there. Wasn't ready for that laser once again from Kyra Moss. Kill number 7, as she's quickly and abruptly been a key offensive factor in this game.
They'll say that one got touched at the net by Murillo and Moss. So 21-17 is going to be the score, as the Lancers will get the serve back. Lancers put that one over the net. GCU will attack. Mitchell keeps it up for Moss again. Kyra Moss, kill number 8. And the Lopes are up 22-17 as the ace master, Tegan DeFalco, with 25 aces on the year, will go back to serve it for GCU.
Well, it looked like CBU's defenders were there. Cassidy Denson looked like she may have shied away from that one. Again, another rocket coming at the hands of Kyra Moss now with 8 kills on 20 total attacks.
That one right into the back row. Outside for Jenny Murillo, goes with a little roll shot. Be kept alive. That one's gonna go right into the net. So an attack error on CBU. They just hit that one straight into the net. But it looked like Mitchell and Kubinski would have been there regardless to get the block. Lopes now 2 points away, up by 6 from taking set number 2. DeFalco line drive, almost right to the floor. Gonna be kept up. Horton to Mitchell. Outside for Jenny Murillo. Be kept alive by the Lancers. Out of bounds, just misses that back corner. And now it is set point for the Lopes.
And the best part about this entire set, Kyle, is that the Lopes really haven't benefited from many CBU offensive mistakes. They've played well offensively. This defense and offense on the purple and white side's just been that good so far here in the set.
In the middle, gonna be blocked by Kubinski, but out of play. So 24-18 the score. Lopes still at set point. Looking to even this one up and force at least a set number 4 coming up after set number 3. If the Lopes can hang on to win this one. That one's gonna be served right for Ahern. Back row for Horton. And the Lancers will attack. That one right for Horton again. Gonna go outside. Jenny Murillo's gonna get it to fall off the bottom of the block. And the Lopes will take set number 2, 25-18. And so through 2 sets of play, Jack, both sides have dominated 1 set apiece.
Well, that was definitely the dream scenario going into set number 2 for Coach Tim Nolan after, again, quite a disappointing set number 1, which CBU took that 1-0 lead. But now you go into set number 3 with a whole new ball game, whole new life for the Lopes, knotted up at 1. And of course, Melody Horton, Kyra Moss, Annabelle Kubinski, Sarah Hackey, Jenny Murillo, Claire Mitchell even, doing a nice job distributing the ball on offense, as you've seen it from CBU's side as well, with Cassidy Denson, Sydney Marks, and Ellie Voss leading the charge with 5+ kills each. So it'll be interesting to see how both defenses adjust in set number 3, considering we saw a dominant California Baptist offense in set number 1, but an even more dominant offense here in set number 2 from GCU.
So the Lopes take set number 2, 25-18, after the Lancers dominated set number 1, 25-16. We'll be right back with more from GCU Arena after this right here on GCU TV.
Wait, let's actually do it right.
Hi guys, what's up? Have you guys ever heard of Ask GCU?
I have heard of it.
I have before, yeah.
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
Well, I should go to GCU.
Probably the best food place.
You know, we all love food.
Yeah.
So probably that episode.
What's the best way to drink a Stampede?
Go Carts!
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
All of them.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite episode is probably where they asked about the Chick-fil-A line.
The breakfast one's pretty good.
The one where you guys talk about the best places to have breakfast on campus and everyone said Chick-fil-A.
That's the best breakfast I ever had.
The Welcome Week episode.
The Welcome Week one, that one's really clutch.
The Welcome Week, where Brittany jumps around into people's cars and asks them questions. Remember, kids, don't get into people's vehicles.
I just really like you guys.
I just like it when you're in it.
You too.
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
As a teacher, your calling was always to make a difference and positively impact the future. You live with a deep sense of purpose and strive to inspire generations of change. GCU's online Masters of Education degree program gives you the skills you need to grow and develop your career, while also making sure you have time for yourself and your family. Today, you can learn anywhere and anytime, giving kids a look into the technological advances that pushed you forward. Being strong and compassionate makes you a role model through this formative period in their lives. You're not just inspiring future generations of leaders and innovators to reach for their dreams, you're giving them the tools they need to achieve them.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Well, we are back inside the GCU Arena in the heart of Phoenix, Arizona, on the campus of Grand Canyon University. You're watching GCU TV. If you're just joining us, Kyle Borg alongside Jack O'Hara. But before we go any further, I'll go ahead, send the play-by-play duties back over to Jack O'Hara.
Well, thank you, Mr. Borg. Jack O'Hara here with you now alongside Kyle Borg as we get ready for set number 3 between the Lopes and the Lancers. California Baptist taking charge early on in this one with a set number 1 victory to go up 1-0, but the Lopes offense comes storming back to go up 25-18, as it is now time to check out the upcoming schedule brought to you by BSN Sports.
Well, women's basketball will face Southern Utah Thursday at 6 p.m. Women's volleyball will host CSU Bakersfield Saturday at noon before they head to the WAC tournament in Orem, Utah next week. And men's basketball returns home to take on Arkansas Pine Bluff at 6 p.m. on Saturday. You can catch all of those games right here on GCU TV. And women's basketball in full swing, Jack. 1-1 to start the season. had a tough overtime loss on Friday afternoon here at the GCU Arena.
Well, they looked tremendous against Benedictine on opening day last Tuesday with a 19-point victory. Tavia Rowell in her freshman campaign, the British Columbia native, with a tremendous performance against North Dakota. She picked up 15 points, 3 3-point shots from downtown, as the Lopes now 1-1 on the season in women's hoops as we get set for set number 3 action. And we'll take a look at the Canyon State Stats Update, brought to you by Canyon State Credit Union. And again, we've mentioned how evenly matched up these two offenses have been. CBU with 28 kills compared to the Lopes 29 kills. Only 8 errors for the Lopes, and that's helped them so far in this one, especially in set number 2 compared to the 10 errors from CBU. Total attempts 64 for the Lopes, 68 for CBU. 265 hitting percentage for the Lancers to go against the 328 hitting percentage from the Lopes. We mentioned how strong Melody Horton and Kyra Moss have been thus far. 5 blocks compared to the 2 for the Lopes, so they win in that category. They win in assists as well, 29-26, 28 digs from the Lopes, 26 from CBU. So both sides pretty evenly matched to this point, as it looks like we are ready to go here in set number 3. It's going to be the freshman Claire Mitchell looking to start off strong here for the purple and white. Havocs also looking to get involved in this one, as when you get the Havocs involved, this place can get pretty rowdy pretty quick. So Mitchell sends it away, and we are underway here in set number 3. And just like that, the Lancers are going to go up 1-0. Ellie Voss picking up kill number 6, 1-0 CBU.
You just mentioned this place. If it gets too rowdy, it's tough for opponents to play. You can ask any opponent from any sport, really, whether it be at the GCU soccer stadium here at the arena, or even at the softball, baseball stadiums, or in the Antelope Gym. Everybody knows that when the Havocs show up, it can get pretty loud, and they're going to need to get their team in it right now as they're down 2-0.
And it looked like Claire Mitchell just didn't time that one perfectly, couldn't quite execute, as the Lopes tried to keep it alive, just weren't able to. 2-0 lead now for California Baptist. Let's make it 3-0. Sydney Marks, we mentioned how dominant she's been this year. You don't want to get Sydney Marks going in this game. The Lopes defense did a tremendous job at combating her offense in set number 2, but she now has 7 kills on 15 total attacks for a 357 hitting percentage. A quick 3-0 run here for CBU. Lopes looking to get on the board, looking to find the cracks in that offense like they did in set number 2, and that'll help as Annabelle Kubinski and Jenny Murillo team up for a rejection, and the Lopes are on the board. It's 3-1.
Exactly the type of play you want to start off this set. If you're the Lopes, try and get the Havocs back in it with a big defensive play, really get momentum swinging, get California Baptist back on the ropes.
JJ Adams back to serve, still looking for her first service ace, won't find it, but Sarah Hagge was not going to let that drive escalate any further for the Lancers as she takes that one home, and it's 3-2 as the Lopes continue to chip away. California Baptist looking to answer right back. Sydney Marks is going to find a hole as that one deflects off of Annabelle Kubinski as Claire Mitchell watches it fall to the floor. So they once again regain their 2-point lead as the lead's now cut in half. It's 4-2. Natalie Zimmer, again, still looking for her first point in this one. Has 10 total assists thus far for the Lancers. Horton going to set up Mitchell. Mitchell going to set up Hagge. Sarah Hagge looking like she's going to be the hot hand here in set number 3. Able to keep that one alive was Mitchell. A nice dig from the freshman, and Melody Horton finding a hole on the left side, and the Lopes continue to hang around early on in this one. It's 4-3 Lancers.
Great job, Melody Horton, finding the floor, really getting offensive attack started for GCU. She just picked up kill number 9. She is now 1 kill and 1 dig away from a double-double, another double-double on the season. And Melody Horton might be averaging a double-double this season, especially in Western Athletic Conference play.
And again, looking to finish her collegiate career off strong. Of course, Melody Horton, one of the seniors on this staff for Coach Nolan.
The only senior that was here when Coach Nolan was hired. He brought the other 4 in, and he had nothing bad to say about any of these seniors, and he talked about how much they've meant to this program and what they've meant this season to get off to the start they've had to get to 21-5 and 11-3 in Western Athletic Conference play, and he just could not say enough good things about this senior class.
And of course, underclassmen as well, as Kyra Moss picks up kill number 8, goes with the soft touch. Claire Mitchell as well. Setting up that dig, Melody Horton, the senior like you just mentioned, Kyle, looking to come away with kill number 10. Does not find it there. Mitchell to DeFalco. DeFalco going to set up Melody Horton one more time. And you can give it to her again as that one finds the stands on the left side. Melody Horton with 10 kills now on 25 total attacks. Well, this one's all knotted up at 5. Lopes looking to go on a bit of a run here. Once trailed 5-3 as Ahern sends it over as that one's going to go out of play. A service error coming at the hands of Emma Ahern. As California Baptist once again, we've seen multiple 3-0 scoring runs in this game. 6 already in the first 2 sets. They'd love to go on one right here. Only up by 1. Mitchell sets up for KJ Adams, looking to get on the board. Doesn't find it. Cassidy Denson floats that one over. Mitchell gonna set up Kyra Moss, and Kyra Moss, once again, talk about having an impeccable pair of eyes. Able to go across her body on that last play to find a hole. Goes with the soft touch right in front of Cassidy Denson and Ellie Voss to nod this one up at 6 apiece.
Kyra Moss, just great volleyball IQ, and it's shown through the first 2 sets of play so far, and it continues to show right here.
And that one's going to find the back corner for Sydney Marks once again. So just like that, CBU with their 4th lead change of this set already. They go up 7-6, looking for more. You got to be impressed with this Lopes defense regardless, not really letting CBU find some separation thus far. I mentioned California Baptist really running away with set number 1, exposing this Lopes defense for some of the errors that they may possess, but this Lopes offense exposing California Baptist defense in set number 2 as Jenny Murillo exposing a weakness right there on the backside. Wide open lane, not a Lancer to be seen. And we're all knotted up at 7 as she picks up kill number 4 on her 12th total attack.
So we're looking for our first lead change in either set thus far tonight, as once a team starts off a set with the first point, they have not relinquished the lead. It's gotten close before. We've had a couple of ties, but the Lopes have been able to tie it twice, unable to take the lead. So we'll see if we're in for more of the same or if one side will be able to get a lead change as we're knotted back up again.
As both sides come away with respective service errors, and we're all knotted up at 8. Tegan DeFalco trying her best to give the Lopes their first lead of this set. Like you just mentioned, Kyle comes away with her first service error of the night, but Sydney Marks giving it right back to the Lopes with her second service error of this set. Claire Mitchell looking to give the Lopes their first lead here in set number 3 as Sydney Marks once again looking for the hot hand. Horton keeps it in the air. Mitchell going to set up Murillo, and that one's not going to fall. California Baptist doing a nice job on defense here once again. Annabelle Kabinski pops that one up for DeFalco. Jenny Murillo looking for the second-ditch effort, and she'll find it as that one's going to find the floor. Ellie Voss unable to knock that one down, and for the first time in this set, Kyle, the Lopes have a 9-8 lead.
First lead change we've seen tonight. Lopes pick it up. We'll see if they can add to it.
So it'll be the freshman Claire Mitchell once again. Barely getting that one able over the net. Sarah Hackey once again looking to get involved here in set number 3. Ellie Voss looking to get on the board. Voss with 4 kills already. As Murillo's just going to send it over. And it's going to find the floor. So plenty of miscommunication there from California Baptist defense. As Kristen Graff watches that one fall. And the point will, of course, go to Jenny Murillo. She starts to climb up the leaderboards here with 6 kills now on 15 total attacks. Now has a .333 hitting percentage. Voss going to send that one over, and Tegan DeFalco with a tremendous dig. Enough airtime for Melody Horton to chase that one down. As you're hearing it from the crowd here, Mitchell to DeFalco, back to Haggy looking for the soft touch, but right there was Graff unable to let that one fall. DeFalco to Horton. Horton going to set up Murillo, not holding anything back for kill number 7. And it looks like it's going to be kill number 8 on her 17th total attack. And just like that, Kyle, the Lopes have themselves a 3-point lead, looking to separate themselves once more as California Baptist is going to be forced to take their first time out of the set. It's 11-8 Lopes, and we'll see if they're able to come away with a 2-1 victory going into set number 4 as you're watching GCU women's volleyball action right here on GCU TV.
one more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Back here inside the GCU Arena on GCU TV as the Lopes have themselves an 11-8 lead over the CBU Lancers, looking to come away with a 2-1 lead going into set number 4. And Kyle, you got to be pleased with what you've seen from this offense, as it looks like Jenny Murillo's heating up, and that's not the woman you want to see getting heated up if you're on the Lancers side.
Absolutely. Jenny Murillo just picked up kill number 8 on a beautiful attack from her. Moss and Horton both have double-digit kills already. Murillo's right behind them, and the Lopes are right back in it. They took their first lead of the match just moments ago.
So we'll see if the Lancers, after that last time out, are able to get themselves back in this game. We mentioned the Lancers had the lead on 4 different occasions in the early stages of this set. The Lopes taking their first lead moments ago. They now lead it by 2, as Claire Mitchell is going to come away with the service error. And it looks like it's going to be Nicole Abreu, the freshman for CBU. Back to serve. It was Abreu who was serving when the California Baptist Lancers went on that 8-0 run in set number 1 that put them up by 12 at the time, as Murillo once again, you mentioned how Jenny Murillo's been the hot hand over these past few drives, trying to get on the board once again, as it looks like Ellie Voss able to find the back corner there for her 5th kill tonight. And just like that, CBU hanging around like we've mentioned. It's an 11-10 lead for GCU. So Abreu once again looking to spark some magic on that CBU side. That will not help make matters any better, as it looks like Annabelle Kabinski is going to come away with the point. So the Lopes once again lead it by 2, 12-10. Again, the name of the game is to try and separate yourselves from your opponents. Only a 2-point lead from the Lopes at the moment, but they did a tremendous job in set number 2, separating themselves and giving them some space between themselves and the Lancers offensively. Ellie Voss once again trying to get on the board as DeFalco eats that one up. KJ Adams sends it over looking for the kill. Doesn't find it, as Abreu's going to set up Voss once more. Haggie to Horton. Horton's going to go with the soft touch, unable to fall, as CBU's defense stepping up on this drive. A nice dig there from Claire Mitchell, able to get that one over. DeFalco pops that one up for Melody Horton, looking for the backside. Abreu all over that one. A great rally from both sides of the ball here offensively from the Lopes and the Lancers, as Kabinski trying to make that one fall. Abreu back to it looked like Sydney Marks, but Annabelle Kabinski all over that rejection, comes away with her 9th point of the night, and the Lopes regain their 3-point lead. It's 13-10.
Kabinski with block number 4 now on the night, to go with Horton getting her first one right there. Another beautiful defensive play. Lopes now with 7 blocks on the evening, as they are up by 4, looking to go up 2-1 as we close in on the final stages of set number 2, or set number 3, as that one was way long from KJ Adams.
Again, like we've mentioned all night long, Kyle, we haven't seen too many mistakes from both CBU's offense or the Lopes offense. We see 2 service errors back-to-back right there, as both teams not benefiting from their own mistakes. Looks like it's going to be Sydney Marks from the backfield serving this one away. Down by 3, 14-11. Mitchell going to set up Haggie. Sarah Haggie all over that one, as it looked like Nicole Abreu trying to kick that one back over the net. That will not go, so Sarah Haggie picks up kill number 7, and the Lopes have themselves a 4-point lead, up 15-11. Once again, the Lopes trailed in this one 1-0. We saw them trail 2-1 against UTRGV on Thursday before storming back to win that one 3-2. Of course, being swept by New Mexico State this past weekend, but of course they have Bakersfield this Saturday, senior day, looking to wrap up the regular season with a 4-game homestand. They'd love to walk away with an above 500 record on this homestand. Another great defensive drive there, as Alyssa Chisholm barely able to keep that one alive. Another great dig from the freshman Claire Mitchell. But that one goes out of bounds, as California Baptist will pick up the point. It's 15-12, but Kyle, you gotta admit this defense looks 10 times better than they did in set number 1. Looks like an entirely different arsenal out there.
Absolutely, a little bit of a shaky defensive start to this set. They went down 3-0 and 4-1 early on, but since then have bounced back, come back in this set 3 times now, and they have a big 4-point lead, and we could be in for a nice little two-set swing from GCU going into set number 4.
And Kyra Moss picking up kill number 11 on that last drive as DeFalco sets up Mitchell, who's going to set up Kyra Moss one more time. That one's not going to fall. DeFalco back to Mitchell, is going to set up the senior Melody Horton. Right there is Voss as she sends it to Dennison. Cassidy Dennison again with 10 kills in this one already. Sarah Haggie sends it over. Another great defensive drive from both sides. Another great rally as that one's going to be called against CBU. Another point for the Lopes as they now lead it by 5. Their largest lead of the set. It's 17-12.
Dennison was in the net right there on that last attack. Couldn't quite keep herself out, and the Lopes have forced another Lancer timeout.
And of course, the second one taken in this set by California Baptist as they look to get back in this game. Lopes looking to take a 2-1 set lead as you're watching GCU women's volleyball action right here on GCU TV.
Part of my motivation of becoming a doctoral learner was so I could immediately start using the information that I was learning in the courses as a tennis coach here for my student athletes. I think that it set a good example for those around me to know that things can be accomplished. My name is Greg Prudhomme, and I just defended my dissertation to earn a degree in performance psychology.
There's a thunder in all of us. Come find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
Back inside the GCU Arena here on GCU TV as you can take a look. Coach Tim Nolan talking things over with his squad up by 5, 17-12. CBU forced to call their second timeout in this set as they continue to struggle defensively as Kyra Moss really stepping up on offense. 11 kills on 17 total attacks. That evens out to a .529 hitting percentage. Melody Horton, of course, has been on her A game all night long. 10 kills on 28 total attacks. And, of course, the hot hand, Jenny Murillo, we saw her get going just moments ago in this set. So everything firing on all cylinders offensively for the Lopes. Up by 5 as it's going to be Sarah Haggie set to serve here against the Lancers. Again, Sydney Marks and Cassidy Dennison leading the charge for California Baptist with 9 and 7 kills respectively as Marks looking to get on the board once again. DeFalco going to send that one over. Mitchell setting up Kyra Moss as she finds the hole, and then once again the Lopes now lead it by 6. It's 18-12. Kill number 12 for Kyra Moss. So Haggie back to serve once more as the Lopes now on a 3-0 scoring run. Their second of the set as Moss gets a hand on that one, looking to tip that one out of contention for CBU. They're all over it defensively, so a nice stop as Mark sits that one right into the hands of DeFalco. DeFalco going to set up KJ Adams, looking to get on the board, doesn't find it. Abreu going to set up Marks one more time, looking for the back corner, doesn't find it as it goes out of play. And CBU's defense continues to struggle here in set number 3. It's 19-12 Lopes.
Lopes doing a great job here in the last 2 sets to get the offense rolling. And the offense been rolling for a while. It's the defense that has really stepped up, especially the net presence from GCU, getting hands on balls, deflecting them, and just making it tough for CBU to get anything going on offense. And unfortunately, the Lopes unable to put that one in play, but that's pretty much what California Baptist has been able to score on, has been the Lopes' mistakes.
Of course, the Lopes losing momentum multiple times during this set despite being down, or up by 6, excuse me. CBU's benefited from service errors and balls being hit out of play as they look to change momentum this time around. Mitchell to Horton, and they're not going to get a hand on that one as it looks like Sydney Marks just, again, couldn't connect well on that ball. Melody Horton's going to pick up kill number 11. So 11 kills on 18 total attacks for the senior. 20-13 lead for the Lopes as they are in total command here in the final stages of this set. Marks setting up Cassidy Dennison there. A little more miscommunication, but they're able to keep the ball in play. Marks looking to find a hole, and she does as Tegan DeFalco unable to eat that one up. 20-14 now. CBU, all they could do right now is chip away, down by 6. Again, the Lopes 5 scores away from taking a 2-1 lead in this set. Still plenty of volleyball left to be played, however. It'll be Natalie Zimmer. Again, Zimmer still looking for her first score on the day, still looking for her first service ace. Came away with 3 last go-around against CSU Bakersfield. As Jenny Murillo, once again, the hot hand in this set, you might say, Kyle, finds a hole on the left side to give the Lopes a 21-14 lead as they regain their 7-point lead.
Jenny Murillo now 1 kill away from double digits. She would be the 3rd Lope to get to the 10-kill mark on the evening. And Jenny Murillo's been a real spark here in this set.
As DeFalco once again unable to eat that one up. Another rocket. It looked like that one came from Ellie Voss, kill number 8. And it's 21-15 as CBU continues to just hang around in this one. Again, down by 6 at the moment. They're going to have to go on a bit of a run here. We saw them go on an 8-0 run like we mentioned in set number 1. Multiple 3-0 runs throughout this one as Mitchell's going to set up Annabelle Kabinski. That one popped up in the air by Nicola Breu. Voss sends it over. Mitchell going to set up Jenny Murillo. Unable to get it there as Murillo, once again, the hot hand in this set, looking for the block there, doesn't find it. California Baptist does a tremendous job keeping that one alive. Voss looking to get on the board, and it looks like she's going to find the court. Not a lope to be seen there as both Claire Mitchell and Annabelle Kabinski both diving from the left side, trying to keep that one alive, but to no avail. It's 21-16.
Lopes did a good job again getting their hands on that block at the net a couple of times, just right there on that rally.
Mitchell looking for Horton. A little miscommunication there from Melody Horton and Emma Ahern as DeFalco once again has a little bit of trouble handling that one. That's again Ellie Voss with kill number 9. 21-17. Lopes now lead it by 4. As it looks like it's going to be Yagoda Junchuk. Again, Junchuk with 3 kills on 10 total attacks in this one. Serves it away. Mitchell going to set up Jenny Murillo one last time, but that one's going to get deflected. A great defensive stab there and a rejection from Sydney Marks as Tim Nolan's going to call a timeout. Up by 3 as CBU continues to lurk in the shadows here in set number 3. 21-18 Lopes lead. You're watching GCU women's volleyball action right here on GCU TV.
Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
Oh baby, come on and say it now. Just let the words come out.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Back here on GCU TV as we get ready for the final stages here in set number 3. Lopes looking to go up 2-1 going into the 4th set against CBU. 21-18 is the score at the moment. But Kyle, we've seen the Lancers throughout the entire night hang around in these sets. Of course, taking set 1 by a landslide. They were able to tough it out and hang around in set number 2 before the Lopes again put the nail in the coffin. But a 21-18 lead right now for the Lopes. They once had this lead by 7. It's currently a 3-point lead as once again we get ready for the final stages here inside GCU Arena.
Coach Nolan just calling that timeout, calm everything down, get the team back on track as they need a good offensive attack right here.
Kabinski trying to find the court, doesn't find it, and right there is Ellie Voss. Not holding anything back, really having Tegan DeFalco's number over these past few minutes as CBU has cut the lead to 2. It's 21-19. Junchuk back to serve once more. As the Lopes are going to let that one go, but it hits the back corner, and what was once a 7-point lead is now cut to 1. 21-20 as CBU has really made things interesting here in set number 3.
They definitely have on a 6-0 scoring run now. Lopes need to put an end to it right here and go back up by a pair.
Mitchell to Murillo, and Murillo is going to help matters there as she now has, it looks like 9 kills on 23 total attacks, 22-20. As Claire Mitchell will be back to serve again. In the final stage, the Lopes only need 3 more points here to take a 2-1 set lead. As DeFalco is going to set up Sarah Haggy. Didn't put too much on that one as Abreu sets it up for Sydney Marks. DeFalco going to set up Murillo looking for the soft touch, looking to find a hole. A little miscommunication from the Lancers. Able to keep it alive. A great dig defensively from Tegan DeFalco as Sarah Haggy is going to take this one home from the Lopes. She now has 6 kills on the night, and the Lopes lead at 23-20.
Good job from the Lopes to bounce back. The 7-point lead got cut down to just 1, and then they bounced right back with Murillo and Haggy, who have been sparks here in this 3rd set and they're really going to need them to keep going.
Sydney Marks is going to get blocked, but another great defensive play by Nicola Brayu, able to keep that one alive. Horton going to set up Mitchell, who's going to set up Murillo again, doesn't find it. Marks sets up Voss. Great defensive stab there from Murillo. DeFalco is going to set up Melody Horton right into the hands of Abreu. Voss putting a little too much oomph on that one, and just like that, it's set point for the Lopes, up 24-20 here in Phoenix.
Good job, Jenny Murillo, making some key defensive plays, able to keep a couple balls alive, almost come away with a solo block, and then force the errant attack by CBU.
And Claire Mitchell looking to send this one home from the Lopes. And once again, Ellie Voss really, I mentioned earlier, has Tegan DeFalco's number in this set. Now has 3 kills, 24-21. As CBU continues to try and stay alive in this set. Nicola Abreu back to serve. Again, Abreu with a couple of key offensive plays in this game. Kubinski trying to send it home from the Lopes. As Kubinski's going to set up Sarah Haggy. Haggy unable to get enough to muster that one. Mitchell to DeFalco. DeFalco going to set up Haggy one more time. Won't fall there. Another great defensive play by Nicola Abreu. And the Lopes are going to come away with the set win. So it looked like CBU was going to try and defend that one. It looked like Sydney Marks just unable to get a hand on it. Not a Lancer to be seen on the left side. The Lopes are going to come away with a much-needed victory here in set number 3. They have now put the Lancers backs against their wall as it was a 25-21 set number 3 victory for GCU, headlined by Kyra Moss, Melody Horton, and of course, Jenny Murillo, as Sarah Haggy comes away with that last kill to give the Lopes a much-needed win, nonetheless, going into set number 4.
And a huge momentum shift after getting dominated in set number 1. The Lopes able to get a huge set number 2 victory and then get the tie-break set to put them ahead going into set number 4 with a chance to go home in 4 sets here tonight. And then you mentioned the 3 Lopes with double-figure kills, Moss 12, Horton 11, Murillo 10, and then Kubinski and Haggy right behind those 3 with 6 kills apiece. So we could see 4 or 5 Lopes possibly in the double-digit kill mark again here for another time this season. In multiple matches, they've done it a bunch. They did against Chicago State a couple weeks ago. And the Lopes looking to keep that momentum going, come out strong here in set number 4.
Will the Lopes be able to send the Havocs home early in set number 4 against the Lancers? Well, you're going to have to stick around to find out. You're watching GCU women's volleyball action right here on GCU TV.
Curiosity fuels you. It helps you understand the world around you. It's your guide through life. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Change is difficult, but Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. While businesses are being transformed by artificial intelligence and analytics, GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation and make sense of the world. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems and sharing your insights, you're helping to build a better tomorrow for you, your community, and your family. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Back here on GCU TV inside the GCU Arena on the campus of Grand Canyon University as we get set for set number 4 between the Lopes and the Lancers. A 25-21 set number 3 victory for the Lopes, looking to send the Havocs home on a good note here. And Kyle, of course, they'd love to send their fans home happy, but you can't forget that CBU's offense, as well as they played in set number 1, they've kind of struggled back and forth against this Lopes defense. The defense has been able to figure out this offense, kind of sealing those cracks that they found in set number 1. But again, you can't forget about how good this Lancers offense is.
Absolutely. California Baptist has the firepower to get back in this one and force the all-decisive set number 5. It may or may not happen, but the Lopes defense has really been able to step it up in the last 2 sets to really take advantage and force the Lancers to be back on their heels a little bit and really force the Lancers into some key mistakes.
And as the Lancers look to shift things here in set number 4, looking to shift things over to set number 5, looking to force a set number 5, I'll shift over the play-by-play duties to this guy right here, Mr. Kyle Borg, one final time as we gear up for set number 4 between the Lancers and the Lopes. Again, a 25-21 set number 3 victory for the Lopes, headlined by Kyra Moss, who comes into set number 4 with 12 kills. Jenny Murillo, of course, stepping up, and Sarah Hagge coming away with that final kill to put the nail in the coffin for CBU. But as we get ready for set number 4 here inside the GCU Arena, Kyle Borg, Mr. Borg, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. O'Hara. As the Lancers look like they're going to start us off here with the first serve in set number 4. As we're just making sure everybody's in proper rotation as we get set for possibly the final set of this match. And the Lopes looking to go on the plus side on this homestand. They're 1-1 already with a win in 5 sets against UTRGV and a loss in straight sets to New Mexico State as Hagge sends that one out of bounds, missing that far corner, and California Baptist takes the lead 1-0.
And it's what you want to see right out of the bat. If you're CBU, GCU's been able to take the lead 1-0 in sets 2 and 3, able to get off to that hot start. But again, we saw in the first set how good this CBU offense is when they have momentum and they have their confidence and that swagger back. So we'll see if the Lopes are able to mount any sort of momentum of their own, as it looks like they did right there with Jenny Murillo.
Murillo, kill number 11, tying this one up early. As we've seen in the first 3 sets, a team has gone up at least 3-0. So this one, we could be in for our most competitive set of the night here in set number 4. That one put over by Adams. And now Horton will set up Mitchell, who will return it to Melody Horton. Gets it to fall on the back line. Melody Horton gives the Lopes a 1-point advantage, and she picks up kill number 12.
Well, you mentioned the 3-0 runs that we saw in each of the first 3 sets here, Kyle. It's what you like to see from this Lopes offense. Once again, trying to put California on their backs as they trail this one 2-1. It's do-or-die situation, as once again they look to live another day, considering we only have 2 regular season games left before the WAC tournament.
Stuffed by Melody Horton at the net. She'll get a solo block, her second on the game. And GCU up by a pair. Gonna go for Melody Horton with a rocket. Big swing. Melody Horton, kill number 13, and the Lopes on a 3-0 scoring run.
Yeah, Ellie Voss coming in hot. Melody Horton really not holding anything back on that last kill, as she now has 13 kills, 33 total attacks. Not too shabby from the Lopes senior.
That one gonna get through. Horton forces one over, can't keep it in bounds, and CBU will get back on the board. It's 4-2.
And this is all CBU has to do at the moment. You're down by 2. You got to capitalize on some of these mistakes from the Lopes. We mentioned not too many on either side to this point through the first 3 sets, but when they do make mistakes, whether it's a service error, an antenna error, you got to make something happen on these drives.
Sarah Hagge, that one's gonna get too far for the rundown, and another big swing. And every time the Lopes have put their muscle behind these kills, it's been able to fall, and California Baptist has really struggled with just the sheer power that GCU possesses on the offensive side.
Well, we've seen it from Sarah Hagge. We just saw it from Melody Horton as well, and of course, Jenny Murillo, really the vocal point behind that strength in this offense. As the Lopes looking to come away with a service ace there, they're going to come away with a service error as that one just gets out of bounds. And once again, CBU doing a nice job hanging around so far here in this set.
That one very close to that back line from up here. Of course, the line judge is standing right there. So very close call yet again, outside for Melody Horton. And it's going to be a bad set on Claire Mitchell. So the lead back down to 1. It's 5-4. Abreu's going to go back to serve.
Now you mentioned Nicole Abreu back to serve here. We've seen her have an 8-0 run in set number 1. We saw her have a 6-0 run in the last set. Remember, the Lopes led it by as much as 7. CBU, once again, doing a tremendous job hanging around because of Nicole Abreu. So you got to give credit where credit's due. Nicole Abreu has been phenomenal thus far for the Lancers.
Good dig, KJ Adams. Horton's going to have to send a free ball over, and California Baptist is going to go attack again. Moss pushes one straight back, trying to be quick with it. That one will get up and over. Mitchell for DeFalco. Outside, Melody Horton. Puts some muscle behind that one. Now a quick touch will be dug out by Haggie. And they're gonna go Melody Horton again. She's gonna look for the spot on the far side, can't find it, and that one's gonna go out of bounds. Just missing that back line as well. Lopes back up by 2. Haggie's gonna go back to serve for the second time here tonight. Had a nice little 3-0 scoring run for the Lopes back in set number 3, or set number 2, excuse me. That one's gonna get through the hands of Moss and Mitchell, and then Haggie just trying to throw something at it to pop it up, and it'll deflect off. Both sides will make substitutions. It'll be Ahern for the Lopes, as the Lopes have a 6-5 lead here over California Baptist.
Well, we saw Tim Nolan's squad tighten up that defense in sets 2 and 3, which resulted in 2 set wins. So again, here in set number 4, they look to tighten up once again. We saw how well California Baptist was able to adjust to some of these openings that this Lopes defense was giving them. So you don't want to see that here in set number 4, as CBU's offense can easily get on a roll. We've seen it multiple times here tonight.
Lopes will get that one right back up by a pair now, as Horton will be the server. Murillo into the front line with Mitchell and Moss. And it'll be Horton, Ahern, and DeFalco in the back for the Lopes, as Horton will send it away. Popped up through the block of Moss and Murillo. Read well in the front by Graff. She picks up kill number 6. Right for Melody Horton. Mitchell goes with the stuff, but she gets stuffed at the net by Gilly. And we're knotted back up at 7 apiece now.
And we mentioned that dump that Claire Mitchell's been compared to all season long. It's kind of her vintage play, going for it right there, right at the net, but California Baptist right there for the calling.
Kyra Moss again, kill number 13 for her. And Moss and Horton both with 13, Murillo with 11, Haggie's got 7. As Kubinski's got 6 and 6. That's 6 kills, 6 blocks, as DeFalco will send that one over the net. Horton a little too slow to react to that one. And we are knotted back up at 8, and we got a very back and forth set number 4 going on.
So in a set where California Baptist has to win, and in a set where the Lopes kind of feel like they have to win too, because they don't want to force a set number 5 against this very good CBU offense. Great back and forth mano-a-mano action, as the Lopes once again will take a lead on the hot hand from Jenny Murillo.
Jenny Murillo, kill number 12 on the evening. It's 9-8. GCU gets it back. Claire Mitchell will head back to serve it away for GCU. Another really good server for GCU. She's got a ton of aces already this season, 13 to be exact. That one will be set up, stuffed. Annabelle Kubinski says no. Solo block. Give her block number 7 on the evening.
Well, you mentioned WAC Defensive Player of the Year last week, Annabelle Kubinski. Of course, playing tremendously on offense tonight as well. You saw with that last stuff. That's why how well this Lopes defense has been able to play thus far, given how well California Baptist's offense has played, as they continue to stay right back in this one, down 10-9.
As Voss has been the hot hand for California Baptist. Kill number 11 for her. And the Lopes are back up by just 1 now. They put over and dug out. Up top for Jenny Murillo, straight to the floor. Lopes up by 2.
And not wasting any time right there, of course, that was Ellie Voss, who was kind of caught off guard by that last attack from Jenny Murillo, again trying to be as quick as she possibly could, finding the floor right over the net for yet another kill. And Jenny Murillo right there with Melody Horton with 13 kills. So again, that three-headed monster of Moss, Murillo, and Horton with 13 kills on 75 total attacks thus far.
Off the top of that, a block attempt, and they're gonna go outside. Haggie goes with a soft touch. Sarah Haggie with the kiss. It'll be kill number 8 for her, and the Lopes are up by 3.
And a very smart play as well from Sarah Haggie, reading that one beautifully. Ellie Voss coming in, and Sarah Haggie just able to go with a soft touch and dunk that one overhead. Hits the line on the left side to give the Lopes once again a 3-point advantage.
DeFalco will go outside. Haggie again. This time she'll put something behind it. It's gonna fall. Kill number 9 for her, 1 away now from double digits. She would be the 4th Lope to get there tonight. She's got 9 kills and 4 blocks on the evening. And a timeout by the Lancers. The Lopes in the midst of a 3-0 scoring run. They are up by 4. It is 13-9. GCU leads over CBU. We'll be right back with the remainder of set number 4 when we come back right here on GCU TV.
Hi guys, what's up? Have you guys ever heard of Ask GCU?
I have heard of it.
What is your favorite Ask GCU episode?
Why I should go to GCU.
Probably the best food place.
What's the best way to drink a stampede?
Go-karts.
All of them.
The Welcome Week episode.
I just really like you guys.
I just like it when you're in it.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
Tweet hashtag AskGCU to get your question featured.
Welcome back inside the GCU Arena, where the Lopes have a 4-point advantage over the visiting Lancers of California Baptist. It's 13-9. Grand Canyon has the lead. And the Lopes have had a very dominant set for the most part. California Baptist hanging around as they have played well defensively all match long. And the Lopes have just found a way to put a couple more past California Baptist.
Well, you mentioned, Kyle, throughout this set, the Lopes have done a tremendous job offensively, putting the pressure on California Baptist with a couple of hard-hitting balls, a lot of strength coming from these potential attempted kills from the Lopes. You saw it with Melody Horton, Jenny Murillo, and even Sarah Haggy so far here in this set. But again, the name of the game, trying to separate themselves from the Lancers, and that'll help make matters there. Another area, you got to capitalize on the errors from CBU. They now have a 5-point lead. Once again, CBU has to win this one. It's do or die. Trying to force a set number 5. Lopes once again trying to send the Havocs home early.
Almost picked up a service ace. That one will get over. Adams got a hand to it, but it'll hit the floor, as the point before it went to the Lopes on a net violation, and now that one to CBU. So it's a 4-point Lopes lead, 14-10, as Gilly will be the server for the Lancers.
Well, it was a nice job there from KJ Adams to get a hand on it with the diving stab, just not enough to get it in the air where Claire Mitchell could have gotten to it.
Melody Horton gets a big kill. She's got 14 and 13 on the night. So another double-double from Melody Horton, and the Lopes are up by 5 as Chisholm will come in for Kubinski. Moss into the front row. And the Lopes will get the serve up by 5. Alyssa Chisholm checking back into this one. For the first time in a while, we've been really seeing Emma Ahern in these situations as of late. But another one of the seniors back into the game, as Mitchell will get it to Chisholm, who will find Melody Horton, but she will be denied at the net by California Baptist, so that's their 5th total block on the match, as the Lopes have doubled them up in that category, as the Lopes have 10 blocks total.
Well, it's now or never for the Lancers, for that defense to step up. Down by 4 right now, and of course, you mentioned Nicola Breu looking to give the Lancers something to brag about here, as Melody Horton looks like she's gonna
finds the corner.
Finds the back corner, right on the line, too, very close, within inches there for Melody Horton, able to come away with that kill to go up by 5 again. But for the Lancers defense, it's not what you want to see here. Again, down by 5 in the middle stages of this set. The Lopes can very easily run away with it if they execute properly.
Up top, oh, Melody Horton almost got her hands to it. That would have been a huge solo block for her, but it ricochets off of her hands, and the Lopes are back up by 4, 16-12.
A game of inches, Kyle. You mentioned right there Melody Horton. If she was able to get to that one, we could have seen another phenomenal defensive stab from the Lopes senior. But again, up by 4 here. We've seen California Baptist mount a few comebacks on a few very impressive scoring runs. We saw, again, an 8-0 scoring run, a 6-0 scoring run, multiple 4-0 scoring runs. Lopes once again trying to silence these runs for CBU's offense.
That last point did hit the line by California Baptist, as it looked like we had 2 different calls. As Coach Nolan wants an explanation, and I was a little confused as well, as it looked like the up ref signaled out of bounds. And it will be Lopes' ball, so they get that point. That is what I thought the call was going to be on the floor, so a little confusion from both sides, but they get it right, and it's 17-12. Lopes up by 5.
Well, the first real test for these officials tonight as they took their time on that call. A lot of confusion down there by the court, but they get the call right, and the Lopes once again looking to put the pressure on the CBU defense, and they do right there again.
And that one's going to be credited with the stuff. Murillo and Moss again. Lopes up by 6. So Murillo block number 3, Moss block number 4, and the Lopes have 11 team blocks now. And Horton will serve it away. California Baptist hanging on for the moment, trying to stay in it. Up top, Jenny Murillo going to be denied a net violation on California Baptist. Will get Murillo another kill. She's got 14. The Lopes are up by 7 and closing in. After dropping the first set, could rattle off 3 consecutive set victories right here. That's an errant pass right over the net. Mitchell up top. Kyra Moss, soft touch, dug out by Abreu and sent back over. Mitchell outside. Jenny Murillo going to be stuffed at the net. Big timely block by California Baptist, and they cut the lead back down to 6.
And that was number 3, Kristen Graff, making her presence felt there. Again, comes away with her 8th score. It looked like she teamed with Ellie Voss there, so both get credited with the rejection. But once again, Lopes with a 6-point lead, not trying to give in right here to the CBU defense.
Moss has to adjust, and almost an error by CBU. Mitchell on the run, digs that out, and now will be set back up to her, Jenny Murillo. Kill number 15 to tie her with Kyra Moss for the team lead. So Moss, with Horton rather, Murillo and Horton both with 15, Moss with 13, Haggie has 9, and DeFalco will serve 5 points away. Out of bounds, DeFalco just missing that line, and it's a 6-point GCU advantage. Now we saw this in the last set. Lopes went up 21-15, and California Baptist was able to come back and cut it to 21-20.
Well, exactly what you don't want to see right now. If you're Coach Tim Nolan, you want to put the nail in the coffin now, really drive it home against this CBU offense that has continued to time and time again deliver when their backs are against the wall.
Kubinski delivers a huge, strong kill, muscling that one through the block. She's got 7 kills now, and Annabelle Kubinski gets the Lopes up by 7 as now the backup setter, Kayla Redfield. The senior, another senior on this roster will come in. She'll come in for Mitchell, who's gonna go sit possibly for the remainder of this match just to rest her foot. As we talked about it at the top of the broadcast, she was out on Saturday. That's gonna be a big kill for Graff, her 8th on the evening. And this is where we stood at this point in set number 3.
Well, again, with a 6-point lead, of course, Claire Mitchell taking a seat possibly for the remainder of this one, like you just mentioned. Of course, WAC tournament lurking in the shadows, only 2 games left during the regular season. If you count this one as well, if you don't, just 1 game remaining against Bakersfield. Coach Tim Nolan feeling pretty good about his chances here in this set, now up by 7.
Annabelle Kubinski, kill number 8. And it's 22-15 GCU. Adams checks back in. She's going to serve. That one just over the hands of Horton. And Voss, kill number 12, as it looks like Claire Mitchell's going to end her night with 45 assists. And she came into this one at 940. She has obliterated the single season record, and she's closing in on the career assist record for GCU, which is 1427. She's already at 980 as Sarah Haggie comes away with kill number 10. Make her the 4th Lope with double-digit kills tonight, and the Lopes 2 points away now.
Well, now Coach Tim Nolan definitely feeling it, brings in arguably his hottest scorer at the moment in Kyra Moss. Moss, 13 kills before she took a seat. Of course, Jenny Murillo and Melody Horton adding to their stat totals here, but we'll see if Kyra Moss plays any sort of factor here in these final 2 points, as again, the Lopes looking to put it away at home.
Well, they'll go to Melody Horton, who's got 16 kills now, and it's set point, or match point, excuse me, GCU 24-16, as you can hear the band in front of us chanting for everybody to stand up as you can feel it here in the GCU arena, closing in on the final point. Up top, Kayla Redfield for Kyra Moss. That's gonna be kept alive, almost got it to fall. Redfield outside, Melody Horton. Melody Horton comes away with a huge kill, make it 17 for her now on the match to end it. And GCU, what a way to rattle off 3 straight set victories and to keep the number 2 seed currently going into the WAC tournament next week.
Well, the way this game started, Kyle, wasn't looking good for the Lopes defensively. We saw them come away with that 3-0 sweep against New Mexico State. They lost that one, rather, 3-0. The defense really exposed by the Aggies, and CBU's defense doing a tremendous job exposing some of the weak points for this defense in set number 1. So it was great to see the Lopes come back over the next three sets here as they come away again with a victory. Jenny Murillo, Sarah Haggie, Melody Horton, and Kyra Moss all benefiting from this win. You mentioned Melody Horton with 17 kills on 42 total attacks. Claire Mitchell obliterating that record like you mentioned. Kyra Moss picks up rejection number 100 in this one as well. As you can see, the team showing the Havocs their appreciation, as well as the Thundering Herd pep band here inside the GCU arena, as we once again take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by BSN Sports. You got women's basketball facing Southern Utah Thursday at 6 p.m. Women's volleyball will host CSU Bakersfield on Saturday at noon before they head to the WAC tournament in Orem, Utah. And men's basketball takes on Arkansas Pine Bluff at 6 p.m. Saturday. You can catch all those games here on GCU TV as the Lopes take care of business one final time. And again, Melody Horton with those 17 kills. And Kyle, you gotta say that she's probably our GCU Golf Course Player of the Game.
Well, she is one of 5 GCU Golf Course Player of the Game. She had 17 kills to go with 15 digs and 2 blocks, another double-double. Jenny Murillo, another one, 15 kills, 3 blocks. Kyra Moss, huge game, 13 kills, 4 blocks. Annabelle Kubinski, 8 kills, a team leading 7 blocks for her. And then Sarah Haggie, 10 kills, 4 blocks to round out our 5 GCU Golf Course Players of the Game.
Well, how do you like that? Well, the Lopes pick up a 3-1 set victory again. Down 1-0 early on, come away with 3 straight set wins to send California Baptist packing. Kyle, if you want to say it with me, if you don't, that's fine too. Signed, sealed, and delivered. How do you like that? Lopes pick up a 3-1 victory, 22 wins on the season. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to tune into the Lopes' final match. It's senior night on Saturday as they close out the regular season before they head out to Orem, Utah this Saturday at noon when they take on CSU Bakersfield. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. From everybody here at GCU TV, alongside Kyle Borg, I'm Jack O'Hara saying have a great rest of your Monday night and your Veterans Day. And as always, go Lopes.